You alright, guys? Well, remember this? So I'd like to talk about it, and from my perspective, as I was there, and what I really saw going on, and as honest as I can put it, I'm going to tell you from the minute I got there to when I went home, exactly like how this day went, and who were the troublemakers and who wasn't. Okay, and I'll keep it real. So I got up to London about 12 o'clock and made my way to the meeting point, the Brewdog pub. Never been there before, didn't really know what to expect. Anyway, turned up there, and already as soon as we turned up there was 2 police vans filled with riot police, like fully armed, and there was like 30 people there. Anyway, over the hour it started to fill up, and then we noticed more riot vans turning up, like they were expecting trouble. Anyway, kind of made you all feel a bit on edge, you know. But anyway, we got on with it. Everyone was drinking, and everyone was in good spirits. It was St. George's Day. Everyone was happy. So our group left, and as we left, and I mean, like, they walked behind us, like literally right up the back of us, these police, like they were escorting us out, you know what I mean? And it just made you feel anxious and like, what's going on? Why are we being treated like this? But once again, we persisted and carried on, and more pubs started emptying, and other places started emptying, and the crowd started getting bigger. And now we're up to about 2,000, 3,000 people, and everyone's like singing and waving their flags. It's really good spirits. But the whole time, man, it was like they wanted you to know they were there. The police were just constantly like right beside you, like walking, like they wanted to keep you in a certain area, you know. They were just blocking, you know, and you could just sense it in the air. They were there to kind of antagonise. But once again, the British public just carried on singing, and it was great, you know. Anyway, we walked past number 10, and yet there were some words shouted at number 10. Why wouldn't there be, you know? It's not like he's the best leader in the world, or anyone's got any kind of love for the bloke. So yeah, some things were said. Anyway, we carried on up the road, and once again spirits were high, everyone was laughing, and then all of a sudden rows and rows of police just started running past us, like rows of them. And then you saw riot vans flying up the road, and you thought, oh, what the hell's going on? I'm like quite near the front of the pack, and it starts to slow down, and then whispers through the crowd start coming through. They've blocked us off, and no one knew why, no one understood why. So anyway, I'm live the whole time on TikTok. So I've shuffled my way through the crowd, and I've got to the front, and I've stood by one of the police vans. Now, I'm sure you've seen the videos, right? But I am stood there recording and watching the whole thing. And people are asking, like, why can't we go? And as you look behind the vans, there is another crowd. Thousands of other English flags coming up the other way. And they're like, no, your route ends here. Like, but we all know that we're going up to the stage that is just round the corner where the other crowd is going. But they did not want these 2 crowds merging. And they were doing everything, and all of a sudden, behind the police, a load of photographers turned up, and they were the troublemakers, right? These photographers, they were smirky, they knew what they were doing. The crowd started saying, why are you taking photos of us? Why are you taking photos of us? And it weren't the police they were angry with, it was these photographers, and they were smirking. I've got a video of one of them. He's smirking and just winding the people up. Now they're frustrated because they're being stopped to go to the stage with no real reason, and these coppers are just silent, just stood there silent. So like one guy just tries walking through, and he just gets boomed like into a young lad, a 17-year-old lad. And then all of a sudden the crowd like shunted forward, and yet they tried breaching the police. I'm not gonna lie, they did. And this 17-year-old just got wrapped up in it all and kind of got shoved through. Next thing, this copper's just what? And thrown him back. Of course, the crowd's gone mad. Of course you are. You just watch this young lad. And he was a young, innocent lad. He had nothing to do with nothing. Yeah, and the crowd got rowdy. But the bloke on the microphone shouted out and said, look, this is what they wanted. And he was right. It was blatantly what they wanted. They wanted this to cause trouble. So anyway, we're being told to walk right round the block, okay? And they're trying to split the groups up. It's blatant what they're trying to do. But people were sensible, and we walked round and we got to where the stage was. Now, once again, massive police presence, like never seen so many. And the path is full up, right? The path is full. This place has been booked. They know there's going to be mass crowds there. There's nowhere to go on the path, but the police are pushing people onto the path, and everyone's saying, look, there's no room, we've got to stand in the road, there's no more room, everywhere's packed. But they are not saying anything, but they just keep stepping forward and just like nudging you forward. And I was there with my phone, and I literally turned around and started saying, look what they're doing, look what they're doing. And one of the coppers saw me, and then another young lad went, oh, you TikTok live? And I went, yeah, I'm letting them know what's going on. And they all literally just backed off, and then they kind of let that area fill up. But they had another tactic. They went further on down the road and tried stopping the rest of the crowds getting up, just blocked it off. Now, the guy that organised it got on the mic and said to the police, look, this has been organised for months, man. What are you doing? Why are you stopping the crowds from getting up here? If you don't let them up here, this crowd is going down to get them. What do you want? And they split apart and let the crowd come up. But this rubbish that's been spouted about two-tier policing, like, I witnessed it myself. Like, I watched these police try and antagonise these crowds and try to get them to kick off. Like, I watched it with my own eyes, and to be fair, part of me really didn't believe that the police would be like our British police would be like this. But yeah, they are, guys, 100%, man. They there's something weird going on in London. Like, so, yeah, wake up, smell the roses, because I've witnessed it now with my own eyes. And I waited a few days to do this video because I didn't want to get too emotional about it, because it did anger me, man. But yeah, and to all the people that sent me the silly messages that day saying if I turn up in London, I won't make it out. I'm still here, baby. So, take care, and try and find the truth for yourself, guys. Go out and actually see what's going on. Don't believe the media. Don't believe stories. Go and witness it yourself. It's the only way you ever learn. Real Brit out.